So the time has come. You've been saving up all of this money, and it's finally time for you to get that vehicle. That vehicle that you've been looking on Auto Trader for so long. You've been looking at all the makes, the trims, the models, the pricing, and you got it all down to a T. And now it's finally time for you to go in to the dealership and to check out your dream vehicle. You've set your filters to a 500-kilometer radius, and you narrow down one car. See, this one particular car is the exact color that you want. It's in your budget, and it's the mileage that you're comfortable with. And you walk into the dealership, and to your surprise, the salesperson says that, hey, maybe you shouldn't buy this car. I think it has too many miles on it. So the question is it okay to buy a vehicle with high miles? Is it okay? Because you could look at a new one. Now you got to remember, what are some of the downgrades of buying a used car with high miles? What are some of the negatives of buying a used car with high miles? Well, number one, it doesn't have any warranty anymore. So if anything does go wrong and you don't buy an extended warranty, you're going to be on the hook for it unless you're a good mechanic or something like that. The other thing is that it's got high miles on it. Is this car going to last you a long time? Is this a short-term car or a long-term car? See, in this video, I'm going to go over the reasons why I think it's okay to buy a car with high miles. Now, you have to be very particular when you're buying a vehicle with high miles. Let me get straight into this video with my first point. See, number one, if you're going to buy a car with high miles, where I start off at is brands. See, just like in every other industry, there are some brands that are more reliable than others. And there's no way to sugarcoat this. Some brands are just more reliable than others. The brands that I'll tell you that you should be buying, if you're looking for a vehicle with particularly higher miles on it, you should be looking at brands like Toyota and Honda. See, Toyota and Honda are notorious for running you a really, really, really long time. They can go for, there's a reason why most taxi drivers, Uber drivers, they drive Toyotas and Hondas, because they go forever. There's a reason why we've taken taxi cabs on trade with 500, 600, 700 miles on it. And those have been, most of the time, Toyota Priuses and Honda Civics. There's a reason why these cars last so long, guys. So my number one thing for you is make sure you're selecting the wrong brand if you're going with higher mileage. I would never buy a luxury car with higher mileage. Mercedes, BMW, Audi, Porsche with higher mileage, I'm not buying that. Brand new, I definitely am. I'm in the part of my life where I like a little bit of luxury. So I'm definitely going to buy a BMW or Porsche, something like that. It's a little bit newer, but that has some sort of warranty on it. But particularly if you're looking for a car with higher mileage on it, you want to be looking at brands like Toyota and Honda. And that leads me to my next point. Now when you've discovered that Tacoma, that Toyota Tacoma that you've been looking for a really, really long time, it's got about 150, 160,000 miles on it. And you go in now, what is the next thing that you should do? You should check the maintenance records, okay, on the Carfax. So you check the Carfax, obviously for accidents, all that sort of stuff. Honestly, accidents on a vehicle is not that big of a deal as you might think it is. If a car has an accident of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, even sometimes upwards of $10,000, it's not a big deal. Because these days, just to replace bumpers and lights, it can cost you a fortune. So don't be so narrowed in on the accidents. What you should be narrowed in on, listen to this, hopefully you can catch this, is the maintenance records. Okay? On the Carfax, it should show the maintenance records if they got it serviced at a Toyota dealer. If they got it serviced at a Honda dealer, it'll show it on the Carfax. If they've been doing it privately, unfortunately, it won't show on there. So the Carfax isn't really going to tell you much outside of how many owners the car has had and has it been in any accidents. Okay? But maintenance records is huge. If you see consistently this guy's been taking care of his car, guys, That's a really, really good vehicle. You can tell the person has taken really good care of it. That's a really good car that I'd be putting my eyes on and might be willing to pay even a little bit more. It's not always about price. The vehicle might be priced $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 more than some of the other ones out there. Let's say the cheapest one out there, but are you willing to pay a little bit more for quality? Nicer things always cost a little bit more money. So if I'm looking at a vehicle, I'm willing to pay a little bit of a premium, knowing, having the peace of mind that this vehicle's been taken care of. The owner who had it before, he serviced it regularly. And that leads me to my next point. Okay, so what do we go over? Make sure you check the Carfax. And next one is check the maintenance records on the Carfax. The third thing is always check the safety report that the dealers will print out for you. Okay, so the safety report is an inspection that the dealers have done on the vehicle, and they've decided to make some changes: brakes, rotors, tires, fluids. They've decided to change some things on the car, and they made notes on there about what was done to the vehicle. I would always check that. Okay, usually with vehicles that have a little bit of a higher mileage on it, I want to make sure if the car does have a timing belt, I want to make sure the timing belt, if it has been done in the vehicle, make sure you've done that. Make sure you check for a transmission flush. Okay, make sure that's also been done as well. And the safety report can give you a little bit of more insight as, was this a really problematic car? Or did it not need much at all? Make sure you check that. And my last one, if you're buying a car with higher mileage on it, I would recommend you get your own inspection done as well, just to have a little bit of peace of mind. Because most of the time, people who are buying cars with higher mileages on them, they're paying cash. You worked really hard for your money. You've been saving up a long time. Next thing you want is 3-4 months down the road, you have to do a major overhaul on your car. So just to have the little bit of peace of mind, spend that little bit of extra money and get your own inspection done. Guys, hopefully you've got some value out of this video. If there's anything that I missed, make sure you put that in the comments below. And always, like always, don't forget to smash and hit that subscribe button. Thank you very much. Have a great day.